Hi everyone, my name is Karen Tellez Trujillo and I am a new faculty member in the Department of English and Modern Languages. I'm coming to Cal Poly Pomona from New Mexico State University, where I just finished my doctoral studies in rhetoric. And I also have a master's in rhetoric and professional communication and a bachelor's in gender studies, rhetoric, professional communication, and digital media studies. So there's no question where my interests are. In this first semester here at Cal Poly, I am teaching 2 sections of writing for the professions and 1 section of literacy, language, and cultural practices. And I am learning a lot with and from my students, on top of generally being really happy to be here in Pomona. Arrived in July, and I'm happy to call California home. When I came to interview for this job in February of this year, I got to meet students before my formal interview. I took some time to travel around campus and got to meet about 5 students, and I started realizing that this was a place I was really loved to be. I got to spend a little bit of time with the students who were driving the shuttle from the Kellogg Conference Center to take me to eat and bring me back to the hotel. And I just knew that the students had a really unique identity and that they're very committed to being Southern California residents, but also to their educations. And one of the students was an iPoly former student, and I realized that I really loved that he felt like he already knew what it meant to be a student before it was all going to happen. However, when I got to my interview and realized that the faculty in English and Modern Languages is so committed to their students' education and success and leads with empathy and kindness when they walk into a classroom, I definitely knew that I hoped that I would get an invitation to be part of this group. I became really excited to teach the classes in cultural rhetorics and film and a history of rhetoric, courses in literacy. There are just so many opportunities here at Cal Poly Pomona for me to continue researching, but more than anything, to continue teaching and to reach students from the freshman level all the way through grad school. And that was what it was all about for me as I completed my doctoral studies, was knowing that I could be in a teaching university where I could definitely lead with my heart and everyone around me was doing the same. With that, I want to recommend some books to you. Probably too many, but one that I just finished, a fun read, or a read for me, is Delia Owens' Where the Crawdads Sing. I ruined my eyesight in preparing for comprehensive exams. So now I order books in large print when I can, and I loved it. Another book that I just am getting ready to finish is Calvino's Invisible Cities. My son is a creative writing student at New Mexico State University, and this is one of the books his class is reading, and it's an interesting conversation between Kublai Khan and Marco Polo fiction, but the imagination that went into this is just outrageous and fantastic. A book that they're also reading, and this has become my love of the season, is Pond by Louise Bennett. This is an Irish author who is writing about coastal living and her cottage, and the person is this unnamed protagonist who talks just about everyday life, and not in the way like Jerry Seinfeld everyday life, but the things that we become anxious about or we find beautiful, or the things that stick to us. And I think not only as a jacket cover, just artwork, the book itself, I hope it never ends. And to also inform my teaching and my research, I just started Linguistic Justice. And as English teachers, we read a number of books at a time. This Black language, literacy, identity, and pedagogy book by April Baker Bell is definitely a book that students, teachers, really anyone should read. I'm really excited that NCT was offering it, and I added it to what I felt like I needed to read this semester, in addition to Rhetorics elsewhere and otherwise. And I've had the pleasure of meeting at a conference Romeo Garcia, one of the editors of this book, and Damien Baca, I feel like I know because of the scholarship that went into my dissertation. And last but not least, I'd like to recommend Counter Stories, and it's the rhetoric of writing of critical race theory. And this is by Asia Martinez, and this is a book that I hope to speak to as I continue to write in this program and hopefully publish during the time that I have to work my way into becoming a Bronco. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be at Cal Poly Pomona, and if you see me on campus, I hope that you'll wave or stop and say hello. I look forward to meeting you.